in the Houston area. We're going to start with Rishi Naran. His company is the Naran Group. Rishi, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Great to be here today.
It's awesome to see you. First of all, the Naran Group. Rishi, you are a real estate professional right here in Houston. Let's tell people about your company.
Yeah, so we're the Naran Group. We are brokered by eXp Realty. We love where we're at with that. So we're actually a mother and son team. So my mom's not here today, but mom and I work together. She's got all the experience, 18, 20 years doing this. She's seen everything, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, every inch of this. So for us, it keeps us very calm, very grounded. We understand that what's happening today is all cyclical. Some people feel like it's the end of the world or vice versa, it's the greatest time ever. But we also understand that this is a cycle, it's a process. So we're Houston residents. We've been here for 35 plus years. So, we do focus in Fort Bend County mainly. That's where we grew up. For those of you who know the area, we know Sugar Land before the mall was there, before the tornado hit, when the Fort Bend County Fairgrounds are where town center is, all of those things. So we really know the area well. But outside of that, we've been around Houston. We've seen this city explode into one of the greatest cities on the planet. And we're able to sell around most of the city. If we're not comfortable, we're going to be honest about it, though.
Well, let's go back. As far as Sugar Land, it's kind of interesting. I was just in the town center or whatever they call the square, and to talk to someone that knows that geographic space before that was even there, that's going way back. But let's tell people, as far as where you're focused on and some of the towns, and like Sugar Land is one, right? So what's going on in the Sugar Land area right now as far as real estate goes? Yeah,
so in terms of real estate, it's still one of those parts of town where it's very active. I mean, people want to go there. The school districts are very highly rated. The community is great. People move there to really move there and put their roots down. It's not just about coming there for a few years and going somewhere else. When they're coming out to Sugar Land, or really any suburb around Houston, Cypress, Katy, etc., they're going there to put their roots down, raise families, create the community environment where they don't have to come into the city outside of work. And so you're seeing a lot of people who want to stay there for a long time, but too, a lot of families are coming. And with all that combination, you're seeing a pretty strong market. I mean, home value is still steady. The good homes in Sugar Land, they hit the market and good luck sometimes. So it is a very stable market. It doesn't see as many waves as some of the other parts of the city do. And obviously it is known for safety and security, et cetera. So we also, I live in Missouri City in Siena, but I'm like right on the border of Sugar Land. So I'm just right there every day. I office out of Sugar Land, and it's home to us and we love it, but it's a great place to raise a family. It's where I was raised. It's where, my extended family lives. Everything's happening there for our side and our family. So we love it.
It really is a nice place. There's no doubt. As I said, I was just there recently. Also, as far as, again, let's take Sugar Land. In terms of existing homes, yes, they're there. But what about new construction? Is there new construction in the area?
Not too much. So I think Imperial is going to be the area where you're going to have the most recent construction. If you go out toward Richmond and Rosenberg, there's a lot of communities out there. I mean, tons popping up. If you just drive down 59, you'll see it's 4 or 5 lanes wide all the way down for almost 30, 40 miles south of Sugar Land at this point. So the expansion area is there, but to be in Sugar Land proper, really your newer communities going to be Riverstone. Those are still about, I'm getting on 10 years old now. Imperial is about 5 to 6 years old at this point. There are some very small areas, some people taking, tearing homes down and rebuilding them back up. But in general, it's more established. It's a very established community.
And right now, as you're helping both buyers and sellers, are you helping maybe more buyers or sellers? What's the ratio these days?
Currently, I'm helping more buyers, just time of year. I mean, people really aren't wanting to list their houses middle of the school year, spring break, all that, but that'll start changing. So in this current moment, more buyers. As summer comes on, there'll be more sellers at that point.
And in addition to the area there in Sugar Land, what are some of the other surrounding communities that we should know about?
Yeah, I think if you look at just Fort Bend County in general, it's massive. So you can go from Katy down to Missouri City. That's going to be almost an hour drive. So it's a very wide area, a wide net that you cast when you say Fort Bend County, because it's not just a small little blip in Houston. But really, you look at around Sugar Land, you have Rosenberg, you have Richmond, you have Missouri City. In Missouri City, where I live in Siena, that's one of the big master plan communities right now. If you're coming down, going up 59, I mean, you just name it. There's a builder out there right now doing something over there. So in general, the beauty of it is that it's closer to the city as well too compared to other parts of town. So without traffic, which we know in Houston is always the biggest, if that's ever going to happen, it's only about 20 minutes toward this area where we're at right now in the Galleria.
And you mentioned a few minutes ago about Imperial. That is, for those listening outside of Houston, the Houston area, that's Imperial Sugar, right?
Correct. It's right near where the old sugar factory used to be. Obviously, that's been decommissioned and shut down. They did announce they're going to redevelop it into something new, which is great. But yeah, right next door to that, there's a community that was built over there. I guess the Space Cowboys, almost at Skeeters, what they used to be called. Their ballpark's in Imperial. There's a great brewery out there called Chalyard Brewing. So again, it's also a very vibrant community.
You know, all the shows that we've done and all the people from Sugarland that we've had on, and all the years I've lived here, I don't know if I'm not the smartest guy in the room here, Rishi, but I think I'm making a connection. So did the name Sugarland come from having the
100%.
Holy smokes.
Imperial Sugar, yes.
Imperial Sugar, the mystery is over, at least in my mind.
Yes, it is.
How about that?
Exactly. That's where it's come from.
I didn't know.
It was funny. We used to travel a bunch, and anytime we were younger, we used to see Imperial Sugar and get excited because it's from our hometown.
How sweet it is, right?
Touche.
That is awesome. And now how long has the sugar plant not been operating?
It's
decades.
Been a while. Not decades, probably 15 years is what my guess is, but somewhere in back when I didn't pay attention enough to where I was when I was more of a college student, didn't really care about anything besides myself, that's when I shut down somewhere around that time.
That's pretty awesome. So there's a strong market in the Sugarland area, Fort Bend. There's no doubt about that.
Correct.
And as we unfold here in the next couple months, as we go through the year, we're going to expect some new listings to be happening. So if people are thinking about the area in a few months,
absolutely,
that's a good time for them.
Absolutely, it is. And like I say, a lot of people come down because of schools, and the school districts are very highly rated. I mean, people who go to schools there. I didn't go to FBISD myself. Say for 2 years, I went to a private school, but at the end of the day, all of my neighbors, our family, friends, they rave about it. So it's comfortable, and like I said, people they don't really move often.
Well, give us an idea also, as you're helping people that want to move to your area or as you're helping them in other parts of the city, how often are you helping people from out of state?
Initially it wasn't as often, but it's starting to become more frequent for our team. I think as we grow our business, as we get more word of mouth through referrals, family, friends, people talk a lot about Houston and how great it is and cost of living and just list all the reasons why we all love the city. People start trying to move here. So I think I would almost say it's almost a 50-50 split now between people locally and people coming in here right now.
And then how are they finding out about your company?
Really just through our past clients, our families, our friends, our network. That's the majority of where we get our business. We usually get calls or texts, hey, my friend, my family member is moving down, looking for a realtor. Can you help them out? And we have a call with them, make sure that their needs and wants fit what we're going to deliver, because at the end of the day, it needs to work. Otherwise, it's going to be a really poor experience. When someone's moving down and uprooting their entire life, you want this side of the process to be as seamless as it comes so they can focus on getting settled and starting up their new life here, not worried about what do my realtors say, how are they treating me, et cetera, et cetera.
We're talking with Rishi Naran, the Naran Group right here in the Houston area. Give us an idea before we close the segment. What else do you want people to know? Yeah,
I think at the end of the day, when it comes to real estate in Houston, right, people can read a lot about how the market could be, what the data shows. At the end of the day, the pulse of this market's really in the people. That's the story of the city, really. It's always the people here. I read something recently where Houston is one of the lowest rated cities for tourists, but one of the highly rated cities for people who live here. And I think that's true with real estate too. Talk to the people who live here, who work here, who are experts here. When you're coming to move here, move within the city, go find someone who knows the areas, because that'll give you the right pulse as to what's happening. The data will show what the data is going to show, but we vary so much in home quality and size and location that it really does take the right kind of people to live here, work here, and transact here and help you move here or move within the city.
When you're not helping people in the Sugarland, Fort Bend area, what other areas do you hit on a regular basis? A regular basis, a lot in the Galleria area, Tanglewood area especially. We do a lot over in Spring Valley and Spring Branch as well too. Those are kind of the two areas. And then Midtown, I think, just
based on my age and where my friends are in life. A lot of people are living east downtown, midtown, all that area, and trying to move out toward the suburbs as well. This part of their lives, kids, new jobs, etc.
That's one of the great things about the Sugar Land Fort Bend area is 59, Highway 59, also known as 69, brings you right into all the areas that you're talking about. You be in downtown in short order.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So, yeah, I think, in terms of that, our team is here. There's a bunch of great realtors in Houston, though. I will say that I will encourage everybody to do your research and find the right person that works for you.
And let's tell people if they want to call you, Rishi. What's the phone number?
Yep. My number is 281-772-2968. That goes right to the phone in my pocket, and it's pretty much on me all the time. 281-772-2968. And our website is www.naranproperties.com, NaranProperties.com.
Rishi Naran, thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me here.